Thank you for staying with us. Nigeria, often referred to as the giant of Africa, is currently experiencing a significant increase in startup activity. The entrepreneurial spirit is thriving among the country's youth who are eager to make their mark on the business landscape. With a population of over 200 million people, one of the contributing factors to this growth is technology. Young Nigerians are leveraging digital platforms to launch innovative businesses across various sectors, thanks to the widespread access to smartphones and internet connectivity. However, the entrepreneurial landscape is not without its challenges. Infrastructure deficit, regulatory complexities, and limited access to capital often pose hurdles for entrepreneurs. Despite these challenges, young entrepreneurs are driving innovation and finding unique solutions to local problems. Joining us in the studio is a youth coach and the author of the book, More Than Money, Femi Abiodun. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you join us.
I'm happy to be here. Good morning.
Right. Let's talk money, because the issue on the ground for anybody right now is money. How can we make more money if they are already making money? And there are those who are looking to break into the system of making money. But here you are. You wrote a book, More Than Money, Secrets of Excellence in the Marketplace. Talk to us why you decided to write this.
Okay. Thanks once again. Over time, I've had conversation with a lot of people, and they claim to have lofty ideas, but after the discussion, maybe few moments afterwards, I'll just ask them, what about the lofty ideas that you've shared with me? So the general answer is usually, I don't have capital. But there are 6 kinds of capital, but people only talk about one, which is financial capital. We have others like social capital, we have spiritual capital, we have mental capital, then we have physical health capital. We also have, I've mentioned emotional capital. So the aggregation of all this capital make it easier for you to delve into business and
any of them can help you break into the system to make money.
Yes.
Interesting. One that caught my attention is the spiritual capital.
Yes.
Because there are those who will tell you, I beg you, you're being a bigot, something like that, a religious bigot when you talk about spirituality and all. But from your perspective, how crucial is the aspect of the spiritual aspect to breaking or making money, so to speak? If you understand.
Okay, yeah. Because everyone believes in something.
Okay.
Not believing in something is a belief on its own. So it is often said that spiritual control the physical. So there are some things that being to best of the best Ivy schools in the world cannot deliver until you touch deep down into spiritual stuff. So it's now built on you. It depends on what part of spirituality are you have you subscribed to. So the spiritual things is superior to physical things. So it answers many things.
Yeah. And I like the way you put it in the book, where you said there is a secret cult in business, there is also a secret place, and you encourage people to strive to belong to that secret place rather than the secret cult. I hope I read the lines well.
Yes, yes.
But you outlined 6 capitals that people should have. Are they all? Is it something that you can measure? Is it like all these capitals, spiritual, emotional, physical, and all? Do they all have the same measurement, or is there one capital that stands out? What would be your advice?
Spirituality is a very sensitive topic, and
absolutely,
that's where a lot of people don't agree. This one will tell you what I worship is far superior than what you worship. Yeah. So what I would say, the one that think it creates a leveler is what I call social capital. The capacity to let people help you It talks about relationship, talks about collaboration. Social capital talks about what I call handholder, the pointer, and the handholder, pointer, and what's the third one? There are about 3 of them. So what it means is you need people. The money you are looking for is hidden in people. So you need to relate with the right people, especially people that probably are at the bottom of the pyramid today, because you have seen the rich and the mighty now, but you don't know what will become of someone who is still, trying to figure out his or her future, like a driver and a PA. So
they even have value.
They have so much value. There are 2 people you should never neglect in your life. If you are even dealing with a rich man, right. The driver, the housekeeper, and the PA.
They have so much information.
So much information that you need.
Interesting. And here you said to build a thriving business, you need to understand the operation and significance of these 3 F's in your life: friends, families, and foes.
Yes.
Foe, that is my interest.
Yes. Foes are waiting for you to stumble. So that keeps you at the edge of your toes to give your all. And then castigation from foes is more. They are more like raw material to achieving greater stuff. You don't want them to make mess of you. You don't want them to make mockery of you. So they are equally important.
But not all of us can handle all of these things.
Yeah, that's where the emotional capital comes in.
Right.
Emotional capital empower you to defile castigation, to defile shame. You do it nevertheless. This person told you won't be a graduate, but now you remember those things. It keeps ringing in your subconscious. Then you double your effort to achieving whatever you have set to achieve.
Let's go back to your point on the human capital that you have.
Social capital.
Social capital, all right, yes. Tell us how to deal with these categories of people. There are some people that, they could be shy. Their shyness could also be holding them back. You see somebody who fits into your picture of a mentor who has made it in the field, but, walking up to that person, might just be the problem. You also have the fear that when I go to that person can also rebuff me, give me the cold shoulder. So what is the best way to approach someone that you feel would give you so much value? And then on the other hand, your close, like the people working for you, domestic servants working for you, you also said something that they have a role that they could also play in your way to the top. So how do you manage those kind of relationships?
Okay, the first question is, there are some people you really love to work with, you admire their results, but you won't be able to see them easily. So what you should do is to, first of all, try consuming their material from afar. Their books, if they have podcast channels or YouTube channels, just go ahead and start consuming that. There are some, I'm not saying all, that you could actually write them, and the best way to do that is to write them with a registered post, like a speed post. You can write them a letter, but not all of them will actually read or respond to the letter. But the best way is to consume their materials from afar. There are some great people that, somebody like Miles Moreau, that you may like to work with, but he's no longer alive. So you have to read his books. The secrets of great people you can find in their books.
And on the other hand, the drivers around you.
There is this tendency for people to disdain, like I want to have something to do with high net worth individuals. But when I get there, I don't regard the housekeeper, I don't regard the driver. You are not going to, you won't go far with them. That's just it. So you need to treat the driver and other people at the bottom of the pyramid with so much respect, the respect you will accord that high net worth individual that you are aspiring to meet.
Right. Yeah. Right. I still want to stay here talking about the matter of social capital and the point of family. they are supposed to be the first customer that you have when you're setting up a business. But there are situations where you do not even get support from them.
Yes.
They do not even show up for whatever it is you are doing and all of it. And even sometimes some people, the friends too, some persons discover that, oh, the people they thought were their friends were actually their foe. So how do you manage this issue?
Okay.
When you find yourself in this kind of situation?
For instance, let me take the first one. The family, in all honesty, they really mean well. Probably they haven't seen it's just like you go meet your dad and say you are a content creator, maybe in the last 10 years, the guy will call a family meeting on you. Mm-hmm. But right now, because these guys are getting commendable results, so most family members that won't support you, they do not see the end result of what you are trying to do. It's just like, it's a point of view that is actually or badly expressed. So you just have to manage them and prove them wrong. But the friends that turn to a foe, then that's where the spiritual capital also comes in.
How? Intuition or how?
Well, you need to obey your intuition more, and you pray and pray and pray. Then you will see a sign. I don't want to delve into details because but you need.
Well, because that is hanging somewhere. It's hanging somewhere because there are those who want to just pray. I have prayed and I didn't see anything, or I didn't know anything. Right.
Some will start as a friend, but when they won't do it, they won't be bothered. But the moment you start getting results, then it becomes a problem. So the best thing is to disengage.
Right.
Disengage. It's not bad.
So some people find it difficult disengaging because they've built this bond.
Because they lack emotional capital.
Right.
Because they lack emotional capital.
How do you develop emotional capital?
It is built over time, not overnight. So how do you develop it is you study, you read about it, and you develop the power of letting go. A lot of people are so tired. They don't want to go. Yeah. There are some relationships, if you have gone through the book, there are relationships for a reason, relationship for a season, relationship for a lesson. Some people are just in your life to teach you lesson. Maybe you are it's good to be liberal, while it is also better to be frugal. Some people come to your life to teach you frugality. So those are relationships for a blessing. Then there are some for a blessing, there are some for a lifetime.
Lifetime.
When you are flying from here to Abuja, you have a relationship with the air hostess. It's for a reason.
And for a time.
There are some of your high school people that you are still looking for. You are still trying to get them.
Connect
you check
them.
Facebook and all. There are some that after that 4 years of uni,
that's the end.
That's the end. So you need to identify each relationship. Some will take you there, like the example I use, some are pointer, go here, there's an opportunity.
Yes.
Some are guide. It will guide you to say, write the CV, the business proposal this way, write it this way, submit it. Some are hand holder. They will not just tell you that there's an opportunity there. They will not just help you to write a proposal. They will take you there and say, this is my younger brother, help him. So you need to identify those.
So we need to compartmentalize these people that are in our lives.
And the best way to go about it is to be observant, very, very observant. So the word pray appears so, like you are sounding sanctimonious, but you still have to pray so that you will know.
Because there are those who don't believe in prayer.
Yes, some people don't believe in prayer. Yes. I believe in prayer. And for those who believe in prayer, you need to pray.
And for those who do not believe,
you need to observe, be observant.
Interesting.
But what's the common denominator in all of this? The person that will guide you, the person that will point to you, and the person that will work hand in hand with you. Because for me now, from my own takeaway from what you have said is, you still have to make the first move. Is there anyone that stands out amongst these three that will spot?
And the older stands out, but they are all destiny helpers.
Right, but my
all
point
of them are
is
destiny helpers.
Absolutely. My point again is, so you still have to reach out.
You have to reach out.
These
you need to
people.
come out of your shell.
Okay.
And that's why a lot of people are having issue. they don't want to hear the word no. Then when you hear the word no, it shows that there is something you are yet to know. K-N-O-W. Yeah. The word no is inevitable in life. So once some people get no at one trial, they won't do anything again. Then you can't get anywhere. You need to know, you won't know the value of yes until you have been told no over time.
And another leg to Veronica's question was, the power of family. We see some people ranting online, saying, all my family and my network cares about is freebies, free services. When is it the best time to say no, to make people realize that I'm running a business and not exactly a charity? Because for many families, they are first, you are our own.
So the business is ours. So
that sense of, absolutely, that sense of entitlement.
Right. Two things happen. When you start the business like a side hustle, it will remain a hustle. That's number one. Number two, if you know that you don't have the capacity to tell people no, then you hire a third party that will run the business for you. Then
use a third party all the time.
What will people say? That particular phrase has sent a lot of people to early grave. So what people say is the reason why people will still, let me just keep indulging them. So when you overcome that phrase, what will people say? You can tell them, this is business. I take care of my family from this business. So it's about building that fortitude to learn how to say no.
Right.
I hope that answers.
Right. It does. Now, there are acronyms, and it's that I saw in the book: other people's money, other people's time, other people's connection, other people's influence, other people's knowledge, other people's wisdom, still tying to social capital and relationship and all.
Collaboration.
And it boils down to the fact that these people trust you for them to give you their money. These people trust you again, to value you,
they must know you first.
To give you their time.
It's called K.
Yes.
Yeah.
To give you their time and all of that. KLC. Now, one crucial aspect is the aspect of trust. For me to pour into you, I must trust that, okay, I know you know where you're headed, and I have seen that you're walking towards where you're headed. How can we build trust? Because that's also a major currency.
The easiest way to build trust is to approach the relationship with an act of giving. For instance, if I'm coming to you based on your phenomenal experience in broadcasting, what if I come to you and I come with a gift to say, thank you, or I decide to offer you my own skill as well. So it shouldn't be take. It should be value for value. No one, honor is a meal that no one can reject. Everybody loves honor. So if I come with a heart to honor you, there's no way you will not open the portal of your heart to me.
There's also a portion in your book, you spoke about somebody announcing, somebody telling it. Okay, you have a customer.
Oh yeah, that's talking about customer now.
Yes, you have a customer, you serve him or her right. The person will tell others, but if he gets a bad treatment, the person will announce.
That's basically saying customer is king.
Yes, well, you are the kingmaker.
Yeah, right. No, what I'm trying to say there is it's talking about the decision between the good service and the bad service.
Okay.
If I offer you good service, a very good one, you can only tell your neighbor. Like, positive news don't travel far and fast like that. But if anything happen, then I announce to my neighborhood. Anything happen like bad service, I offer you bad service, you are likely to tell more people, So they say in my parlance that where your feet doesn't get to, your mouth can get there faster. So you tell for good service, but you announce for bad service. Yeah, that's what happens most of the time.
Okay, let's talk about mental capital, which has to do with knowledge and acumen. And we see that these days, people do not necessarily get into the business they have an idea about. They just see that, oh, this person is doing it and they are thriving. I think that is what is involved. Let me just jump on it and just run with it. But how crucial is mental capital when we're talking about building capital or breaking into the system to make money?
It is very, very crucial. And I'm going to start by citing a very simple example. If you have a driver and maybe the driver misbehaves sometimes, if he knows that you know how to drive, he won't misbehave so much most of the time, because he knows that the only thing you will just tell him is, give me my keys. But if your driver knows that you don't know how to drive, the coefficient of misbehavior will be higher. He can drop you on the Third Mainland Bridge and say, take your key, drive yourself. But if you hire, let's say you have a beauty salon, and the stylist knows that you know how to make hair to some extent, she won't maltreat you, so to speak. So when you want to start a business, you need to have at least working knowledge. Know something about everything. Know a bit about accounting. Know a bit about logistics. Know a bit about. So that's where the mental capital comes in. Because if you don't know, they will swindle you.
So which trainings are essential, really, to start a business? Because looking at this thing is not just about money. That's what your book is all about. More than money. That's the book title. What things can you really learn? For example, now we've spoken about the importance of emotional intelligence, and Veronica asked, how do you nurture that if you don't have it? Because I see it playing out in all of all the capitals that you have enumerated and explained in your book. So what basic skills would you advocate?
So simple. The greatest, I wouldn't say the greatest, but one of the best universities now in the whole world is the University of YouTube. Go to YouTube and start from there. You don't have to go and labor again. Someone has done it up, put it in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes.
Okay.
Then avoid laziness like a plague. And that's where it's actually starts from, because it's hard work to learn new skill. It's hard work. So go to YouTube and start from there. There are so many clips on emotional intelligence on YouTube. Then next thing is to go for guidance and mentorship. Someone has done it before. You can collapse the journey of 10 years of such person into maybe 5 hours. It is easier. Yeah, so I think that's the beginning. And because knowledge is kind of continuous, it's a continuous thing. So you will keep reinventing the wheels, you will keep learning. But starts with University of YouTube.
Now, one of the reasons why you said you wrote this book is to dismantle limiting beliefs.
Yes.
And I am wondering how this, from your perspective, will help whoever is reading dismantle the belief system, because a belief system is a deeply rooted one and is strong.
Yeah.
So dismantling it will take a lot of work.
Absolutely.
So how will this book do that?
Okay. First of all, you need to do a SWOT analysis of yourself. Then how do you do that? You need to know your strengths, your weaknesses. What are the things that stand as threats, and what are the things where are the opportunities around you? So, limiting belief is the contribution you have made to either your progress or your retrogression.
The individual made the contribution?
Yes.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, and it starts with how you have lived over time. So it could be you living the environment where you grew up and open yourself to new frontiers. So it's a whole lot of work. It can't happen in a day, but it's a daily thing.
So first of all, you have to come to the realization that something is limiting you, and that you are more than this.
You need to realize that first. In fact, after the knowledge of your maker, the most essential knowledge that you should have is the knowledge about yourself. So you can't abolish limiting belief if you are still ignorant about yourself. So
at what point would you realize that I've known so much about myself?
Well, like I said, it's still, you keep knowing yourself each day.
Right.
Yeah. So there are some gifts and some talents that
What
you
are
still
the pointers? Because there are those who may not know if they have come to the understanding of who they are. But there are pointers that show you, okay, I know this is who I am. I know this is what I'm capable of. I know that I can express myself in this light. Those are the things you can sell to anybody that is willing to buy, I believe. So there must be pointers. That's what I'm asking.
Okay, the first thing is, what do you do most excellently well without any form of training? What comes to you naturally? And it's not difficult. 3 of us can be here, and we are looking for someone that will MC an event. If it's happened over time and you're the only person they keep calling, then you need to check again. And another thing is to follow people that looks like your future, not people that looks like your past. This is what I want to become. I know there are some mass communication students that won't miss your show for anything. They are looking forward to, having some time with you, meeting you. And so once you do that, you need to keep reminding yourself that you are more than this. It is not competition against anyone. It is competition against yourself. But this thing called environment, this thing called environment, voices like, this has not happened in our family before, in my, they will say...
My generation?
Yeah, they will say, if you have done what no one has done before, you will see what no one has seen before or experienced before. But there is a positive side to that adage, so to speak. That means if no one has done entrepreneurship before, and I'm doing it for the first time, I will experience what other people have not experienced before. So your environment, your relationship, if you keep moving with people that are not going anywhere, then you'll still be there.
You'll be part of
it. So those are the tips.
Interesting. And that would be a fine place to leave the conversation so far. We must thank you, author of the book More Than Money, Femi Abiodun, for your time on the program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate your time.
You're welcome. All right, we take